I was accidentally invited to a serial killer club. Round 2. I never expected to be involved in a tournament for serial killers, but here I was in round 2. Even though I had made it here, I still hadn't killed anyone. Yet 2 weeks after the first round had concluded, I received my second envelope. I thought about taking the envelope directly to the police, but I had to be sure. I opened it up, and once again it contained a flash drive. That wasn't all it contained this time though. No, it also contained a smaller envelope with the word motivation written on it. I couldn't stop myself from opening it, but God, I wish I hadn't. Inside the envelope was a single photograph. It was a picture of my parents, but it wasn't any normal picture of them. They were tied to chairs with gags in their mouths. Placed between them was a digital clock showing the date and time. If the clock was to be believed, then this photograph had only been taken one day prior to me receiving it. There was a message on the back of the photo. This is what it read. No more assists from the police. Good luck. Of course I tried to call my parents, but it was no use. No matter how many times I called, they couldn't answer. After a few attempts I realized I was wasting time. I picked up the USB and didn't hesitate to put it in my personal computer. Once again I was greeted with a black screen and a distorted voice. I'll do my best to recreate it again. Hello again. We'd like to start by congratulating all 31 competitors who made it to round 2. Unfortunately, we did lose one potential contestant to a stunning double kill. Competitor #13 was the quickest to eliminate their target in a time of 36 hours 22 minutes. As a reward, they will be given the unexpected by this round. The rest of you shall have your roles reversed this round. Any conflicts have been settled by a coin toss. We are also upping the stakes this round. Only deaths will be accepted for advancement. If a hunter fails to eliminate their target in the time frame, then their location shall be exposed to their opponent. If this still fails to produce results, then we will send in our own hunters, and both contestants shall unfortunately be disqualified. The theme of this round will be blood. Whoever has the bloodiest finish will receive a bonus going into the next round. Good luck, you are a hunter this round. This means you will be tasked with pushing the action against your opponent, but as you know, they will fight back. You have been given a 12-hour head start in order to make travel plans. You have 1 week to eliminate your target. We hope that we have provided you with adequate motivation to perform this task. You will have 30 seconds to copy the information about to be shown on the screen. After this message, a face popped up on my screen. Along with the face of a man, there was text at the bottom of the screen. The text provided me with the man's address, name, place of work, and the car he drove. I tried to take a screenshot on my computer, but all my controls were locked. I quickly got up and sprinted to get a pen and a piece of paper. I was barely able to finish jotting down the information before I was once again met with lines of code and an empty flash drive. I sat there blankly for a minute. How was I supposed to kill someone? I had never really thought about killing anyone before. Of course, maybe I had a fantasy here or there, but never anything serious. Whoever was behind this all had my parents though. If I failed, would they die? Not to mention my target. He was supposed to be a serial killer, right? It seemed unfair. He had experience with this and he had obviously passed being a hunter in the first round. Would I even be able to beat him at his own game? I wasn't sure, but I had to try. I began to pack my things. The location I had been given was several hundred miles away, so I needed to get on the road as soon as possible. I didn't have a gun, and there really wasn't time to purchase one. What I did have was a replica samurai sword. I had bought it somewhat as a joke, and partly because I thought it was badass. I wasn't sure I would use it, but it was the biggest weapon I had, so I grabbed it. I also packed an assortment of smaller, but still potentially deadly knives that I had. I hit the open road. I still had no idea what I was doing, but I had a long journey to plan something out. As I was filling up at the first gas station on my trip, I had an idea. I purchased a few gas cans and filled them up. I figured they may come in handy at some point. I continued to try and formulate some sort of plan on my way to my target, but it seemed impossible. He knew I was coming, and he probably had something planned out for me. Yet here I was floundering trying to think up anything. I did have a week to figure it out, but that still didn't seem like nearly enough time for something like this. It was about 15 hours later when I arrived in my target city. I had been slowed by traffic, but the trip was otherwise fine. Exhausted, I drove by my target's home to scout it out. It was a 2-story house in a neighborhood, nothing remarkable. The car in the driveway matched the description I'd been given. The house seemed large for one person. Did he have a family? I pushed the thought away, found a hotel and crashed. Waking up around 1 p.m., I prepared to head back. My target should be at work, giving me time to explore. The challenge was breaking in during the day without getting caught. Luckily, there was an alley behind the home, and a large fence surrounding the backyard made it easier. I threw on a hoodie and mask, riskier if spotted, but safer than being identified, and hopped the fence. Picking the back door lock took longer than expected, but I eventually got in. The house seemed normal, no sign of kids. I scoped out the first and second floors, noting the layout, but just as I was about to leave, I noticed a door leading to the basement. A putrid smell hit me as I opened it. I had sensed something off earlier, but now it was undeniable. Reluctantly, I descended. The stench grew stronger as I reached a small room at the bottom. In one corner was a large freezer. I knew what I would find before I opened it. A decomposing body, a woman in her mid-30s. Was she his last target? My thoughts were interrupted by a noise. I looked up and saw a camera fixated on me. It moved, tracking my movements. He was watching. I bolted from the house, heart pounding. He knew I was here. I was supposed to be the hunter, but now I was the prey. Back at the hotel, I panicked. How many cameras did he have? Had he been watching me the entire time? My advantage was gone. It was all or nothing now. One of us had to die. Night fell too quickly. Armed with a sword, knives, and a Molotov cocktail, I prepared for what could be my last night alive. My parents' fate depended on this, and I couldn't forget what I had seen in the basement. I returned to his backyard, climbed the fence again, and approached the back door. To my surprise, it was unlocked. This felt wrong, but I was committed. Inside, I saw the basement door open and the light on. I didn't want to go down there, so I lit the Molotov and tossed it down the stairs. Flames erupted, and I heard frantic movement below. I drew my sword and pressed myself against the wall. Footsteps pounded up the stairs. As they reached the top, I swung. He dodged, but not entirely. His right arm came off, dropping the silenced pistol he had been holding. He collapsed, clutching the stump. "Please, don't do this," he begged. "They have my wife. I had to do it. I have to save her." "I'm sorry," I whispered, before swinging again. His head came off clean this time, rolling down the stairs. I had killed a man. Tears filled my eyes beneath the mask. But there was no time to dwell. The fire was spreading. I fled, watching the flames consume the house as I drove away. I stopped to burn my clothes and buried the sword in a random field. I didn't sleep. I felt empty, like a part of my soul had been stolen. But I knew it wasn't over. When I arrived home, the message I had been expecting was waiting. "Outstanding work, and all on your own this time. Welcome to the Killer Suite 16. We'll be in contact soon."